What's going on, boys? It's your boy Tuffs here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you all guys are having a wonderful day. You know, I know I am, and especially this is the first video on the channel. So that is pretty crazy, you know. I thought, why not? You know, it's the first ever time I'm going to be uploading on here. So if you guys have ever came from like Instagram or whatever, I just want to say I appreciate you more than enough. And let's get into today's story. Before we do that though, I just want to quickly say, you know, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's free content every single day, and you can always unsubscribe later. So if you haven't done so already, then subscribe, you know, I do appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into today's story. Now today's story, as you can probably tell by the title, is a little bit crazy, and this all starts in an Xbox Live party. So, you know, classic Xbox Live. The year was 2014, the Xbox community was at its peak, and we were just sat there talking to each other in a call. Absolute trash talking, you know what I mean? Classic Xbox Live. And I was in a party with two homies and the kid that we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, we're going to call the kid that I'm talking about in today's video Matt. No reason why, that's not his actual name. And my two other friends don't really have that much thing in it. They were just kind of in the party at the time, so we're not really going to like give them names or anything. But they were two of my homies, alright? You know who you are. We were just sat there in an Xbox Live party, you know, doing our own thing, playing some Call of Duty, having fun, and then out of nowhere, okay, this Matt kid starts to go absolutely like sicko mode in the call. He starts like screaming and stuff like that, and like he's got a complete go, and we were just like, dude, what is going on? And for a little bit of context, we're having like one of them 1v1 sniper battles on Nuketown, if you know what I mean. So like we'd all be on like different teams. It'll be multi-team Black Ops 2, and it'd be elimination. So like, let's say I killed a guy that was on one team, he would be eliminated from the game. Kind of like a little battle royale sniper type match, alright? And we were doing it, every round lasted like a minute and a half. It was just a little bit of fun, okay? But this Matt kid was taking it so seriously to the point where his mum actually had to come in and just like threaten him to like turn the console off because he was sat there screaming. He was like, what are you doing? Stop killing me. Even though that was like the whole point of the game, like it kind of made no sense, but whatever, we were completely fine with it. We were sat there dying at this, of course, you know, little 11-year-old me was having the time of his life, and all was well, you know, until his mum decides to come on the mic. Now this was a little bit random, we didn't expect this at all, and I kind of just have, you know, announced this out of nowhere in the video, because that's kind of how it felt to us. Like we were just sat there, like 1 minute we were talking to this Matt kid, talking trash to him and stuff, and the next second his mum comes on the mic and starts talking trash to us. We were like, what the? So his mum comes on the mic and he sat there saying, what are you guys doing to my son? What are you saying to him? You know, he's saying some pretty mean stuff, and we were like kind of all scared because we were 11 years old, and even though we didn't even know the kid in real life, well, one of my friends actually did. He lived in the same city as me, but I didn't personally know the kid in real life, and I was like, well, you know what? Even though this kid lives in the same city as me, I can talk trash to this guy's mum, right? You know, like, why not? I was 11 at the time, okay? You can't blame me for my actions back then. I was just a little kid, and I was sat there, you know, saying all this stuff to his mum and stuff like that. Like, not the most PG things ever, not gonna lie. So I won't repeat them in the video, but they were funny, to say the least. They weren't, like, offensive or anything. We were just kind of, like, you know, have a little bit, like, a jokingly argument, if you know what I mean? But his mum was taking it way too seriously, as was Matt. And, well, I may have said something that triggered his mum a little too much, because his mum then decides to go completely sicko mode and ask my friend for my full name. And my friends, of course, you know, give him it because obviously it's his mum's friend as well. So like he would basically ask his mum anyways and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh god, you know, this is over for me. However, I didn't really think much of it because it's not like, you know, he's gonna come to my house or whatever. Yeah, I said a little bit at the end because that's exactly what happened. So about 2 days go by, okay, and we just sat there, you know, doing our own thing, and I'm inside my house, okay? We got a Domino's that night, so I was sat there, you know, chilling with my 16-inch pizza, getting fat, loving life, and out of nowhere, dude, what? I can't actually believe that this happened, okay? I hear knocks on the door, and of course I don't really expect nothing of it. I'm a kid, my parents answer the door, end of. And so I'm sat there eating my Domino's, okay, and I hear my mum shout me down the stairs. I'm like, all good, you know, let's just go downstairs, maybe it's my grandparents or something. No, it is the kid's mum. Now first of all, of course, you know, because we're in an Xbox party, I didn't really recognize her at first, but she looked pissed at me, okay? She looked at me dead in the eyes and just stared me down. I was just like, oh, what is going on, you know? How's it going, you know? How are you? I didn't really know who this woman was, so I just said hi, and she just turned around and went, yeah, I've got a bone to pick with you. And even my mum was pretty confused. She was like, oh, what's going on? She was like stood at the door, if you know what I mean. She wasn't really like in the house. She just like requested for me to come down. My mum was like, all right, yeah, okay, for some reason. And then, dude, she decides to go absolutely sicko mode on me. Like, she walks in and just starts going, yeah, before I was saying, you know, walks into my house and just starts screaming at me, telling me that I made her son all sad and stuff like that because I killed him in Call of Duty. Like, this is Call of Duty we're talking about. So I'm just sat there basically saying to her, like, why have you like managed to come all the way to my house? Why have you done that much info? Like, let's say if this was some random American kid or something like that, dude, would you go over to their house? Like, why have you came to my house? I'm 11 years old. You're gonna shout at me in front of my mum, who has nothing to do with this situation as well. And my mum just completely agrees with me. She just looks at it and just goes, yeah, I agree, you know, get out the house. Like, who even are you? You're just some random kid's mum, you know. I hear my son talking to kids kids all the time on Xbox. He shouts at them and stuff like that, and you don't see me going around to their houses. And well, of course, because at that point, if she would have stayed, it would have been like trespassing, which is kind of illegal. She decides to leave, which is all good. And I thought that was completely it, you know. I was like, oh, thank God, you know, that woman's gone. That was awkward. I never want to play with Matt again. And the sad part was, it was Matt's fault as well. Like, he started like screaming and stuff like that randomly. It was nothing to do with us. And that was it, you know. Hopefully that was the end. Hopefully nothing else happened. But no. So I'm sat there in bed. I'm enjoying life, you know. It's 11 PM. I'm sat there watching some Captain Sparkles on YouTube. Absolutely loving life. And I start to hear the front door open. Now at this point, because I was like young, so I didn't really need like privacy or anything. So most of the time when I slept, my door and window completely were open. Like, I didn't really care. I just sit and play Call of Duty Zombies if I was doing anything. And if not, then I was in bed watching YouTube, you know. I was, you know, innocent young little kid. And I was sat there with my door open, and I hear like the front door like start shaking and stuff like that. And I'm just like, what is that? Like, what is going on? And then I hear it open. And of course, as a little kid, when you hear your front door open, you're gonna absolutely poo your pants, right? So I do, and I'm sat there hiding under the covers and stuff like that. And I hear the same voice that I heard a few hours ago shout, "What's going on?" Yes, my neighborhood is this crazy. I heard his mum in my house. His mum came into my house at 11:30 at night, whilst my mum was still in the living room watching TV, and just starts like saying a bunch of stuff like, oh, what's going on and stuff like that. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? My house literally almost got robbed at 11:30 at night because some random woman thought that I was being too mean to her son on Xbox Live. And of course, because this happened, she was trespassing, stuff like that, my mum decided to call the police, even though she left the house after like my mum came to the door. She like ran down the road and stuff like that, and my mum obviously decides to call the police. The police come, she does some little interview type thing. Like, I had no clue what was going on. I was just like, yeah, I heard something from the front door and that was it. And well, they investigate, and it turns out that she was very drunk on that night, which is definitely not a good example if you're having an 11-year-old kid. And can I just say there, ladies and gentlemen, this started a war. I haven't mentioned this yet in this video at all because I thought I would leave this to more like the end viewers, but all I'm saying is you have a literal series coming up of events that happens with this woman throughout my life. It still happens today. Like, she still literally bothers me today. And you know what, boys, if we're starting a saga, we might as well give this woman a name. Let's call this woman Janice, okay? We can't call her Karen because there's been too many Karens on these Storytime channels. This is going to be the Janice saga, kids. So yeah, with all that being said, boys, that is the first story of this YouTube channel. I really do hope you enjoy it, and if you did, then a like would be very much appreciated. Of course, comment down your opinions on this whole story, because out of everything that has happened with this woman, this was probably like the second craziest thing that's happened. I'll explain another one in a future story, but trust me, boys, everything that has happened throughout these years with this woman, I'm honestly surprised she's not in prison. The amount of times we've had to call the police on her and stuff like that, and she's been like moved away and stuff, like, jeez, dude. Anyway, you're probably wondering, okay, what happens next? And well, I'll tell you that if we get 20 likes on this video. If this video gets 20 likes, then of course I will make a second part to this and continue the saga of Janice, because well, she's a very crazy woman. But yeah, with all that being said, boys, a like very much appreciated. Of course, a comment and a subscription to the channel would mean a lot as well. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, it's completely free, daily content every day, and you can always unsubscribe if you don't enjoy it anymore. I also have Instagram and Twitter down below, as well as merch, I know, but, you know, we're starting off early. If any of you early birds want to go and cop some merch, and of course you go and can. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching today in this video. It means more than you wish, and, yeah. I'll chat to you guys in a bit. Peace.